With all your local sports, I'm Eric Bergstrom with today's Bay City Sports Buzz. Today, Kershaw Stumbris of the Crivets Wolverines. So what have been some of the highlights of the season so far for you and your team?
Oh, I think some of the highlights have been probably beating Wasaki twice at their place and home. They were both pretty good games.
What's it like to have this kind of size that you have on your team going into games knowing that you're going to be bigger than most?
Well, our coach likes us to pound it in. Sometimes we tend to get away from it, but then eventually we get back to it and just make a good effort to get it down in the post.
So what do you think are some of the strengths of your team, and what are some of your strengths as a player yourself?
For our team, I think it's definitely our size and our ability to get to the basket, and I think we're pretty decent at playing man-to-man defense. For myself, I can go to the basket pretty well and play defense to Mr. Ballman's expectations.
What are his expectations? He's a defensive-minded coach, right?
Yeah, he's pretty defensive-minded. He expects us to be in some help defensive positions and to force our guys' baseline in most cases, and he expects us to be able to not just fly by our defenders and get out of position.
So being a bigger team, like we were talking about, a taller team, and I've seen your team very athletic, has anyone dunked on your team yet?
Oh, yeah. Sebastian Atwood did last year and a couple times this year, I believe. Blaine Bauer did a couple times this year, and Jeremy Krolowitz has in a summer league, but never in a regular season.
Who do you think is the leader of your team and why?
That's a tough question. I don't really feel we have one specific leader. I feel like we all get on each other kind of equally to do well in practice, push each other in practice, and then to help stay together during games.
And that's today's Bay City Sports Buzz.